Hello, Discovery families. My name's Rob Mattson. I'm the media specialist at Discovery High School, and I also serve students at Odyssey Middle School. Your students are in a class with me titled Media, Arts, and Film. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that class today and tell you a little bit about myself as well. This is my 16th year teaching here in Camas School District. I've taught at Liberty. I was there their very first year that they opened and taught 7th grade for 4 years. I then taught at Skyridge for about 6 more years. And then when we started the project-based learning program, I was one of the first 4 teachers who had the great honor of being able to be founding staff at Odyssey Middle School. When Discovery opened 2 years ago, I was given the opportunity to transition and become the media specialist at Discovery High School. I continue to teach 6th grade classes, and now I also teach this high school class that I'm going to talk to you about. A little bit about me on the personal side. I am a bicyclist and I live in downtown Portland in the Pearl District. So when we aren't in remote learning, I ride my bike, catch the bus, and head out to Camas, and I've been doing that for years and love it and miss it and look forward to the opportunity to be doing it again. So Media, Arts, and Film is a CTE elective credit. It's a 1-semester class. Our guiding question that all else is built around is just, how do we use this time to grow as creators of film and producers of visual media to make projects that are rooted in love that can be shared with our community? So I'm going to talk to you about some of those projects and what our semester looks like next. Actually, I'll come back to that in 1 second. So thinking about that question, I'm actually going to talk to you a little bit about standards. Our class, in this class, students are assessed on 6 different standards. They all are around our career and technical education understanding of video production. And so the first standard that we look at, which we won't be doing much this semester, but have done in the past, is just examining the video production industry. Students have done a little bit of work with this already, just looking at how media has had to adapt to social distancing and working from home. And they were asked to create their own home studio, just like many people working in film are having to do right now. We also, a big standard that you will see, in fact, this standard is hit on every week, is our second standard, which is safety and personal responsibility in the workplace. This takes the place of really that personal responsibility piece. This is an assignment that comes out every week. It's called a project work report, and it really is monitoring students' ability to recognize the goals that are set for the week, make a plan for accomplishing and working through those goals, and also to show a little bit of responsibility in that they take notes on whatever we are studying for that week and turn those in to me. So if you end up seeing a low score for this particular standard, content standard 2, it typically has to do with students who are turning in work late. This is where we really hone in on our craftsmanship rubric and thinking about projects that are high quality, on time, and meet the goals of the assignment. In addition to that, we do a standard. One of our standards, our third one, is demonstrating the use of video production equipment. This is just the ability to operate a camera, different techniques for operating cameras. We have a 4th standard, which is a pre-production standard. So the next 3 standards actually all deal with just the production cycle. And so for pre-production, students look at writing for video production. This includes doing research, writing screenplays, drafting, and storyboards. And we've been using a professional software this semester that's called Keltex that makes this a real easy process. Typically, every project that we do starts with this standard, and we take a week just to get a understanding of what the criteria are and start making a plan for our video. After that, the second week of most projects is demonstrating industry standards for production practices. This has to do with being able to perform on camera, being able to be professional, and to have their production planned out. And then the final standard is understanding the editing process. And this is usually the 3rd week of each project we work on. For this standard, students are going in and using the editing software WeVideo or Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro, whichever editor they're most comfortable with, to edit their films and to create a final cut that they can be proud of. As far as the projects go, we have 6 total projects that we worked through this semester. As I mentioned earlier, we had a project just setting up our home studio that was the DIY home studio. I think I called it Hack a Home Studio, where we tried to just emphasize the idea that you can produce video almost anywhere these days with just the cell phone in your hand and a Chromebook. After that, we started studying just different shots, their sizes, their angles, and how to edit shots together using a video editor. And that was called the Shooting Gallery. Our third project just finished up 2 weeks ago. It was an About Me project, and I'll show you how to check in and see those 2 to 3 minute short films that students made just about themselves and a passion that they have. We are now in the second week of Project 4, which is called Green Screen Halloween. In this project, it's one of my favorites. We get to play around with special effects, both practical and visual, and students are making a 1 to 3 minute silent black and white short that is starring their favorite Halloween costume or costumes at home. After that, we're going to focus in on sound. The project's called Sound Check. And this is going to be our one project that is not a narrative-based project. It's going to be the form of a nonfiction interview. And so students will be doing a 2 to 3 minute film, learning about rules of continuity and how to really film dialogue between two people in a way that is engaging. And then our final project is actually a very large independent project called the Winter Film Festival. And students will be taking everything that they've learned about pre-production, production, and post-production editing to create, plan, sell, pitch, shoot, and then edit and distribute all the things that filmmakers do, a 3 to 5 minute narrative short film on any topic in any style that they want, that will be shown in January during our Winter Film Festival. So next I want to just take you to our class website and talk to you about a couple things you could find there. And there'll be a link with this video so that it's something you could easily access. So this is our course website, and it's really divided into 4 areas that are probably of use to parents. The first is our week at a glance. If you're ever curious about our schedule, when our Zooms are, how students should be using their time. For example, our Zooms typically last only a half hour, but so that students have a full 50 minutes to continue working on tasks independently, or for me to meet and support students who need a little extra support. You can very easily, looking at our week at a glance, also just kind of get an idea of how students should be progressing through each of the pathways. So off to the left is where you can see what we're doing each week. I refer to this as a pathway. A pathway is just a series of steps that students take to learn about a topic. So you can see we've had quite a few pathways so far. So we're currently doing the Green Screen Halloween project. If you were to go in and click on week 9, you would be taken to our pathway document. This is what is given to students each week to introduce what we are doing, show examples from previous classes, align it to our standards, and then give students the opportunity to learn about new topics or learn about how others are applying these topics in their own films. It is also an opportunity for students to get up and actually do some filming and with some guidance. And then finally, it's an opportunity for them to take on a challenge activity for the week that they submit to me. So as a parent, this is a great tool to just be able to go in and quickly see what we're doing for our class this week, and checking in on your student if they're having maybe problems with a previous assignment. The third thing I wanted to draw your attention to on the website is just a list of kind of key information, like when we meet, how we meet, office hours, how to get in touch with me. It's all there on the website. And the last thing, and where I'm going to kind of leave you at today, is I'm going to be putting a link to this, the About Me project. This is the first project that I've been able to get our student videos up and have them distributed. And there's been a lot of really fun videos to look at. And this is a great opportunity to get to know who's in our class and a little bit about them as videographers. I hope that this video has given you a little insight into what we're doing in my class and a better understanding of how to support your students from home. And with that, I just want to end with a thank you. I know that you are working hard, just like we all are, to make sure that our kiddos are doing their best. I miss our Phoenix students. I look forward to the day that we can watch these videos together on the big screen, on the learning stairs, back at Discovery. But until that time, I wish you well, and I just want to encourage you to feel free to reach out to me on Parent Square or by email anytime you have a question.
Getting